Hey everybody, welcome back to From Dark Universe Season 2. Today, this is episode 3. Today we're going to be talking about the Stranger Things Season 5 trailer and the Supergirl poster. No surprise, I'm yapping for 30 minutes straight. So, yeah, enjoy and look out, not look up. Look out for Supergirl. Alright, so getting into the Stranger Talk. My god. Okay, see, like the trailer, I was only hyped, right? Because when we saw it, Netflix to them event trailer, damn, that trailer was good. So I had like obviously high expectations for this trailer, right? And I had to inform you that trailer was not good. It was terrific. It was great. It was fantastic. Cause this trailer really feels like the first ever trailer, right? Aside from Tulum event, because this is the trailer which, okay, it has new scenes. It just makes you feel that the stakes of the season. And let me just start off with that, the stakes, right? So far from what we're seeing, there are a lot of things set up for us. Like we have a bunch of, scenes where they go on different missions and they all feel high stakes, right? First you have like um Jonathan, Nancy, Dustin, and Steve going to the Hawkins lab in the Upside Down using Steve's car with a radio antenna on it, right? We saw him driving to the Upside Down in one shot. And then you have a Hopper and 11 who are in the Upside Down, and then we don't know what that giant jelly thing is. Well, not jelly, what am I saying? The giant thing is. I mean, it might be the end of the Upside Down. You never know. I think it's personally, since like it looks like it has a face. I'm thinking it could be an army of upside down monsters, Demogorgons, Demodogs, possibly even the Mind Flayer, possibly, right? Because I mean, I don't know. The Mind Flayer could be there because he was kind of like absent during season 4. I mean, he was there, but like when the how do you say, when the kids, not kids, like Steve, Eddie, Robin, Nancy, they all went to the Upside Down. They did not go into a Mind Flare. So which makes me think that side is the side of the Upside Down which we saw in season 4's flashback, right? When um Vecna slash Henry slash one creates the Mind Flare essentially, right? He basically bases it off of his old drawings which he used to make as a kid. And so I'm thinking that's the other side of the Upside Down, right? Oh, but obviously not as colorful, not as, like not as yellowish we saw in the flashbacks, right? It's probably like a place where more Demogorgons, Demobats, Demodogs are getting like creative, right? Like they're storing them until they're needed. And I mean, this whole trailer is filled with questions, which just make me excited. I'm happy that none of that the two trailers so far have not shown us anything basically. I mean, of course, they have shown new footage, but that's not what I mean by that. Like, they're not shown any um plot plot related things, Like, oh, this is the story of season 4, sorry, season 5. This is how they're going to defeat Vecna. No. I'm so glad they're not revealing everything in this teaser. I really hope they don't reveal it in the trailer also. Because I feel like the teaser is perfect. Because, obviously it has a bunch of story elements and you know, um, like character interactions, but it also has pretty damn good looking action sequences, right? So it has a bit of everything, doesn't reveal too much. We do not know why these characters go on these kind of missions, right? Like the only main mission team which we see in this teaser is the Love Triangle plus Dustin trio. And then we have the 11 and Hopper mission, and that's it. I'm sure there will be more missions in the season, but like the the things which get revealed in the trailer, again, mind you, these are not big reveals. I mean, they might be in the show itself, but for as far as we know, they are reveals, but like we don't know exactly what they are. Like, first off, in the trailer, there was a shot of some kind of let's say like mind flare. Let's take it as a mind flare particles forming in the air, creating red energy, similar to how the gates looked in season 4, right? So like I'm wondering what that is, because what I'm thinking is that could be the reason why the Upside Down is stuck in 1983, the day Will Byers disappeared, right? And how do you say? That could be a reason, because we do see two characters. I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure who these two characters are, but it could play an important part because they showed it in the teaser. So that could be a huge thing, which could be in the show. I'm really excited to see what that is. And second is we see a shot of Robin looking up, and the next shot is like of it shows a radio tower, like being swarmed around with mind flare particles, and it just keeps on going up and up. And as it goes up, the particles turn red, and the scene is edited while Hopper is saying where the blood takes us or where the blood leads us, which makes me think there's actually blood, but of whose? And how is that impossible? Right? Because like again, doesn't make sense, right? And I mean, it could be Will's. Hear me, okay? Because we did get a picture of him, of Will Byers and Robin together, right? Like both of them are together, and I mean, it might be, it might be Will Byers. I mean, you never know. Like in this case, I'm thinking it. Actually, I don't know. um, but this is a good thing. It doesn't give us the answers. It's gonna make us wait until the show actually until the season actually comes out. And the main things now I want to talk about are the upside down. It has a huge presence in this trailer. Not just obviously, none of the characters speak about it too much, but you feel the presence of the upside down because you know we get multiple scenes of the gates of the upside down, right? Like, because I think because they're gonna play a huge part in the season, as Hawkins is like you know going to be taken over by the gates, by the upside down. So you feel its presence, and I feel like that's a really good choice to put in trailers. And speaking of the upside down, we can't talk about the upside down without the man himself, Vecna slash Henry slash one. Okay, like I said, we don't get much in the trailer, but we do get, what I gotta say, two of the sickest shots we've got of him since I say running up the hill and the final showdown, right? Cause I'll get into like the whole look of it later, but he just has that aura, man. Like him walking out as that gate, like whatever shell, whoever tears in front of him. Oh man, that is so terrifying. Like, just can you just imagine in real life that, like, obviously you think it might not be scary, or it's just it's not that scary. But imagine with that kind of person, skinny. He's skinnier than a normal human being, walking to a red glowing portal. First of all, why are you even there? Second of all, run. So yeah, like he has so far from what we've seen. Oh my god, please, the developers don't like. Come on, give him a sick design. Because at the end of the trailer, I saw that you thought you could hide it. Well, at least the back portion of it, but still, the design looks really good. And the fact that actually I noticed this while watching the trailer for a third time. Yes, I know I'm watching trailer for a third time. I do not care. Um, so when he's blocking the flames, right? You can actually see the sharp tendrils growing on his back as he's blocking the flames at that moment, which I think is a sick choice. Cause here's my theory. So from the set leaks which we've gotten, right? Of which I'm thinking where he blocks the fire is the military sequence where he fights the military soldiers. Um, I think it was spoilers, right? I mean, I think everyone knows. So yeah, like how do you say it? So I've seen the design. I know it's pre CGI, but I do not like that design. I don't like that design. I'll be honest. So I think he's supposed to. I think like he's supposed to regenerate over the season. Now, what I mean by it is, so when he first comes back in the season, he's like damaged. His skin, everything is it's fully burnt out. He looks very skinny, just like we said in the trailer. But as the season progresses, the tendrils start growing back on him, by a different way, which gives him a new look. And one more thing, the poster also confirmed, not confirmed, but the poster also hinted at this. First of all, we know he's going to be having the same face, so still creepy ass, but still, um, in the poster, his left eye was hidden, right? And you can just say, "Oh, it's just a fog," anything, No, 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 my friend. Coincidence? I think not. Okay, so um, I think because in the D&D, in the actual D&D game, Vecna lost his left eye. Cause at the end of season 4, he was fully damaged by a fire and a shotgun, right? So I'm thinking he lost an eye during that, and it's gonna make him look closer to how he looks in D&D. So yeah, I'm excited for redesign. Um, I really hope they give him like a crown kind of thing. That man, that would look sick. And maybe even a cape, just to sell the whole oh I'm gonna take over the world with my demo dogs. So anyways, the last thing I want to talk about the trailer is the ending, the second to end second to last ending shot, right? Where Joyce is checking up on somebody unconscious, and Mike, like she looks towards the camera and she's scared. Same with Mike. Okay, he looks a little away from the camera, but he looks in the same direction as Joyce. And obviously the editing makes it look like oh that they're looking at Vecna um and coming out gay, but I don't think so. If you take a look back at the Tudum trailer, we can actually see that Mike is protecting the kids from from something huge. And by the direction which Mike is looking at, Vecna is not that tall. He's tall, don't get me wrong, he is tall, but he's not that tall. He's not taller, he's not like 7 foot, right? And the way Mike was looking at the thing or whatever it is, it may look like he was 7 foot or taller, right? So I'm thinking the both scenes at the end of Tudum trailer, like where Mike is protecting the kids, and the scene where Joyce and Mike look scared, is they're looking at the Tessel Hydra. Now, Tessel Hydra, if you guys don't know, is a three-headed dragon. And if you think I'm actually just pulling this out of my butt, no. Let me give you some evidence, or some evidence which can back me up. Again, it's not confirmed, right? So first of all, we know what the test slider is, thanks to in season one when they were playing the D&D game at the end of the season, not the beginning, at the end when Will actually came back. So instead of the demo going in, they find the Tesla Hydra, right? So it's like a three-headed dragon, Dungeon and Dragons. Um, and the second evidence is that in season four, when Steve, Nancy, Robin, and Eddie, or how do you say, or in the Upside Down stuck, we hear like the earthquake happens again, not earthquake, Upside Down quake happens, and then we hear this giant roar. Now that roar is not Demogorgons, not Demobats, not Demodogs, not even Vecna. Oh yeah, I think it would go like sound a lot like Snape or Voldemort. Anyways, right? So that was a monster's roar, a monster which we've not seen before on screen. So that could be a Tesla Hydra, and it could make sense. Every season they do introduce some kind of new monster. Like in season one it was obviously Demogorgon, the OG. Season two it was the Demo Dogs and the Mind Flayer. Season three again we had the Mind Flayer, but like it was like in the new form, um like the meat puppet form. And season four we obviously had Vecna and Demo Bats. So it would make sense if they introduce a new monster, but the ultimate boss. And one more thing about the scene where Joyce is looking at someone as is taking care of someone unconscious, and then she looks to the camera. I think she's taking care of Will. Because if you look back to Doom trailer again, we can see in the back when Mice are protecting the kids, we can see Joyce holding down Will, who is unconscious, okay? Like she's holding him and his head is on her shoulder, right? Because he's unconscious. So I think this, like I said, these two scenes are connected. She's probably looking at Will, who just got unconscious. She's like, Will, what happened, son? Be okay, you know? And then the Tesla just pops out. Yeah, he just pops up and he just says, yeah, what's up, dog? You guys see me before? You thought back now was your problem? I'm even worse. Okay? So, yeah, yeah, the trailer, it was really good. I'm more excited for season 5 than I ever was. And guys, remember, season 5 releases the 3 parts, 3 volumes, okay? It's split into 3 parts. Episodes 1 to 4 release on November 26th, 2 days before my birthday, so remember that. The next 3 episodes release on December 25th, Christmas Day. And then the final episode 8, will release on New Year's Eve, 31st, or for Indian time, 1st January 2026. Damn! First thing I'm gonna see in 2026 is Stranger Things finale. Damn. But anyways, let's just jump into the next section, which is the Supergirl poster. I know that Superman just came out like, you know, 7 days, 1 week ago. But like we got a first poster for Supergirl. And okay, I know my Superman review isn't out yet. I will post it. I'm planning a super drastic video like where I review Jurassic World, Superman, and Fantastic Four. But spoiler, not spoilers. Spoilers kind of, right? Supergirl appears at the end, right? So she appears at the end, and I was like, oh, okay, this is how Supergirl is going to be, right? Because she shows up drunk. She's like, wait, party girl kind of attitude, like So I was like, okay, I'm interested to see how Supergirl does, because I will save it for my Superman review, okay? But I saw this poster, okay? I saw this poster as I was watching Stranger Things trailer, and I love the poster, right? Because it's so funny, right? Because it's like Superman's tagline is "Look up," but Supergirl's tagline is "Look out." I love that, man. Like it just shows you the vibe which you know the DCU Supergirl movie is gonna have. Because if you didn't know, the Supergirl movie is going to be based off of Superman Woman of Tomorrow written by Tom King. And in that comic book, she's Super Kal-El is like she's kind of depressed because she's the last survivor of Krypton, and of course Super Kal-El is there, but technically he was raised on Earth. Meanwhile, Kal-El was like a kind of like a teenager, 12-year old, no, 12, yeah, 12-year old, when when Krypton exploded, when Krypton basically got destroyed, right? So she basically had a 12 life there for 12 years. So she deals with depression about that, and it just it's so sad. I haven't read the comic. I don't want to, because I don't want to set too high expectations, and I also might spoil some things which happen in the movie. I don't want to know. But people are saying it's like a very sad book. But it's also one of the best comic books written, DC comic books written, in this era. So it's like okay, I from the ending we can see that okay, Supergirl, they're gonna be adapting this kind of version of Supergirl, not just like a version where okay, she's kind of jealous of Kal-El because he's older than her. He's more like he's like the last son of Krypton. Oh, he's so famous and all. But instead of having that like envious personality, she's gonna have that obviously, but like it's gonna be mainly focusing on her and their heritage towards Krypton. Because she had a decade. She lived more than a decade on Krypton before it got destroyed. While Kal-El was born like 9 months before Krypton got destroyed. So it's like that these are just speculate. I'm just speculating these numbers. I'm not sure. So he never grew up on Krypton, so he doesn't know what it's like. Meanwhile, Kara does. And one more thing, another spoiler for Superman, is that Jor-El and I forgot Superman's mom's name, right? Both of them turn out to be evil, and they sent Kal-El here with Clark to rule Earth. And Clark didn't know that all his life because only half of the message got through in this, like while traveling to Earth, and half the message got damaged while traveling when he was a baby. So I want to see how they talk about that in the Supergirl movie, because obviously they don't have to talk about that because Supergirl. I mean, she might not have known because she's a child, but like she might have know a little bit, right? Like because she's more experienced than Clark about Krypton. So I want to see how they do that, and plus they also like it also might add to her depression. She's like, oh, I failed my people, you know, and maybe that's why she's drinking. She's like, oh, I can't rule Earth. These people are nice. I have failed my people. Maybe she gets a depression because of that, because she basically she basically failed her parents. She failed her cousin, her uncle, and you know Carol's parents. So you know it's like there's a wide range of possibilities possible. Wide range of possibilities possible. Wow, did I just say that? Okay. So yeah, and one more thing is Lobo is going to be in the movie. And now I'll be honest, I don't know who Lobo is. I haven't read the comics. I just know he's kind of like a bounty hunter. Um, he's like Jason Momoa in real life, and funny enough, Jason Momoa is the one playing him. Yeah. Because he actually it's scarily similar to the resemblance Lobo and Jason Momoa have. They look exactly the same. I'm not even kidding. Search up Jason Momoa and Lobo. You will see it's 100% match. Like the dude looks like Lobo more than he does Aquaman. And actually Aquaman felt more like Jason Momoa. And Lobo is supposed to be like be more like Jason Momoa. Oh my god, the paradox. But yeah, Lobo's in this movie. I heard that he wasn't originally in the Woman of Tomorrow comic. So I'm interested to see how this goes. Maybe since he's like a bounty hunter, again, I don't know his character very well. So if I get it wrong, just just ignore me. Um, but what if Lobo is kind of like on a bounty to collect Supergirl because you know her parents her parents promised Lobo a lot of money because they were going to take over Earth, they were going to take over other planets, right? Or at least the House of L, maybe, I'm not sure, but let's say the House of L were all evil, so maybe they were said make made a deal with Lobo, and since Krypton got destroyed, Lobo would have no choice but to go to Superman. Now I know what you're thinking. Don't you mean Supergirl? Technically, Superman is the last son of Krypton, but while traveling to Earth, he, Lobo hears about a superpowered female, similar, and the description matches Superman's. But he's like, okay, I gotta investigate this. What if she's also the part of the House of L, right? And he meets Cora, and then obviously they don't agree on it because Cora basically doesn't have any money, and plus she does not want to rule Earth. So it's like the whole deal's off, but Lobo obviously doesn't like that, and they probably fight. I know it sounds stupid, but this is my best guess for a guy who's not read the Woman of Tomorrow comic and doesn't know anything about Lobo. So cut me some slack, guys. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited for Supergirl. I love Superman. Um, and I'm really excited for Millie Alcock to see how she does a Supergirl, because from what I've seen from the ending, she's like portraying that drunk personality really good, and that like not crazy, but like rebellious kind of angle of her. Oh, I forgot. We need more crypto. Crypto. Okay, keep the dog safe. Keep him safe, James. Okay, Mr. James Gunn, keep him safe. And I'm actually the twist that crypto is Cora's dog makes a whole lot of sense. That's why he's like so you know uh so like he misbehaves all the time, but he's a good boy. He's a good dog. He is a good dog. I loved him in the movie. But yeah. that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this longest episode so far, 30 minutes. Yeah, yeah. I should stop. I will see you guys in the next one.